What excites me about G-Day is the concept of gathering all these young girls together. They don't know each other, but they share this common bond of being girls. And all too often we see between women and men too, this competitiveness that can happen. And so we're gathering all these girls together at a young age, and they're getting this message, this seed is being planted in them, that there's this beautiful common bond. There's a sisterhood that happens there.
I look back on that age as being very uncertain of what was to come, and I would pull pieces from friends and family and books that I read and things that I learned in school and things that I saw on TV, and there's still this uncertainty of what is to come.
The idea of being different was really hard for me, and I worked very hard to be like others that I thought were the people to emulate. And it took a while to realize that those were not the people I wanted to be, because they weren't me.
It's so inaccurate what you see on TV and in the media, because one part of it is trying to be based in reality and what's going on, whether positive, negative, and the other is this hyper real version of, this is what a woman's body should look like. And it can be really destructive to girls who are growing up and thinking that that is how they're supposed to look, when really there are so many shapes and sizes to women and so many different characters, and that inner part is almost not talked about at all.
Young women are hit with really strong messages about what they shouldn't do, what they can't do. And that's really debilitating. And it sometimes can become not just a message from the outside, but a message that young women hear on the inside, a message that they give to themselves. Part of what I needed were women in my life, not peers, but women in my life who could show me that being themselves was the very best person to be. And, it takes a lifetime. I'm still working on it.
While I do, thank the books that I read that were inspiring, without my sister, I probably would have gotten a really inaccurate perception of what it is to be a young girl and transition into becoming a teen and becoming an adult.
I could have used more women who were able and willing to have rich, deep conversations with me about what was important to them, what guided them as people in the world. You can have a fabulous mother, you can have a brilliant grandmother and aunts, and still more perspectives are valuable.
So if you look at cultures all around the world, they all did something to mark the difference between a girl and a woman, between a girl when she had her first moon time. And I think that's really what unifies us, is taking a look at all those traditions and saying, wow, everybody did something. So how can we honor that today, given that we are so multicultural?
I would have been thrilled to hear messages about body image and how it's far less important what you look like and far more important what you feel like. So you can't get those messages enough. And G-Day is going to be a day filled with those kinds of messages.
I feel so strongly about that important message that needs to get out to that group of girls who are making that transition and are really absorbing everything that's around them. And if we can empower them with this event in a positive and inspiring way with strong, successful female role models, I think that can really help shape them and their foundation as young women and as women of the future.